The NBA world has just been rocked again, and this time it's all about the Golden State Warriors. The entire basketball community is buzzing right now after head coach Steve Kerr officially announced a brand new lineup for the Warriors, one that no one saw coming. And the moment this lineup was revealed, all eyes immediately went to one man, Stephen Curry. His reaction said everything. You could see it in his face: shock, disbelief, and maybe even a hint of excitement. But what exactly did Steve Kerr do? And how will this new Warriors lineup completely change the direction of the team moving forward? Let's dive deep into what's happening in Golden State right now, because this could be the most dramatic shift we've seen in years. So here's where it all started. The Warriors have had a rough stretch lately. After years of dominance, the chemistry that once made them unstoppable hasn't felt the same. The pace, the spacing, the defensive grit, it's all been inconsistent. Steve Kerr knew that something had to change. And in typical Kerr fashion, he didn't go for small tweaks. He went big. Word started spreading after the team's last practice that Kerr had tested out a completely different rotation, one that benched a veteran and promoted some surprising names into key roles. By the time the official announcement came out, the locker room was buzzing. And so were NBA fans all over social media. The new Warriors lineup, according to insiders, is built around maximizing speed, versatility, and defense. Steve Kerr reportedly told the players that this is a new era of Warriors basketball. Gone is the idea of relying on just the veterans to carry the load. Kerr made it clear that everyone on the roster needs to step up, and that includes some younger faces who have been waiting for their shot. The move shocked fans because Kerr has always been known for trusting experience, especially in big moments. But this time, he's shaking up everything, even if it means hurting a few egos along the way. Now let's talk about the part that everyone's discussing: Stephen Curry's reaction. When Kerr dropped the bomb in the team meeting, Curry reportedly sat back, crossed his arms, and just listened quietly. Teammates said he didn't interrupt once, but the expression on his face said it all. Some called it the look of a leader processing a big change. Others said it was the face of a man who knew the pressure on him was about to double. After all, Curry has been the heart and soul of this franchise for over a decade. He's played through dynasties, injuries, roster changes, and rebuilding phases. But this was something new, a total identity shift for the Warriors. Later that day, reporters caught up with Curry, and when asked about Kerr's decision, he smiled and said, "Whatever gives us the best chance to win, I'm in." But those close to the team know that line meant more than it seemed. Curry is loyal, no doubt, but he's also fiercely competitive. He's not afraid of change, but he knows that every move from here on out affects his legacy. He's 37 years old now, still playing like one of the best in the league, but time is ticking. Every lineup adjustment, every roster experiment, it all matters when your window to win another championship might be closing. Fans online immediately exploded with theories about what this new lineup means. Some think Kerr is preparing for a mid-season trade, while others believe this is a preview of the Warriors' future, one that slowly transitions away from the old core of Curry, Thompson, and Green. One fan wrote on Twitter, "This feels like the beginning of the end of the dynasty." Another replied, "Or maybe it's the start of something new." Either way, the world is watching. Sources close to the Warriors say the lineup includes Jonathan Kuminga stepping into a much larger role, potentially even becoming the team's new starting forward. Kerr reportedly told Kuminga that this is his moment to prove he can be the next franchise cornerstone. Draymond Green, always fiery, was seen talking animatedly with Kerr after practice, clearly trying to understand where he fits into this new structure. Klay Thompson, meanwhile, is said to be taking the change like a pro, but insiders note that his minutes might see a noticeable reduction in favor of younger, more athletic players. That part has fans split down the middle. Some think it's time to give new talent a chance, while others feel it's disrespectful to one of the franchise's legends. And then there's Sotto, yes, the international big man who has been turning heads during practice and preseason games. While nothing is official yet, Kerr's cryptic comments about adding more size and rim protection fueled speculation that Sotto could be seeing real NBA minutes sooner than anyone expected. Imagine the buzz if that actually happens. Curry feeding Sotto in the paint, a whole new dynamic for a Warriors team that's always been known more for shooting than for size. Now, what's fascinating about this move is how much it says about Steve Kerr's mindset. For years, he's relied on his core group, the same trio that won him 4 championships. But Kerr is a smart coach. He knows the league is evolving. Teams like Denver, Boston, and Milwaukee are playing bigger, faster, and more physical basketball. Kerr's lineup change might be his way of keeping up with that evolution. If the Warriors want to compete for another ring, they can't rely solely on three-point magic anymore. They need defense, speed, and versatility, and that's exactly what this new lineup seems designed to bring. But make no mistake, this decision comes with risk. Big risk. Shuffling lineups mid-season can either rejuvenate a team or completely break its chemistry. The Warriors' identity for nearly a decade has been built on trust and rhythm. Messing with that can backfire. But Kerr has never been afraid to make bold moves. Remember back in 2015 when he benched Andre Iguodala and then brought him back in the finals, shocking everyone? It ended up winning them a championship. Maybe, just maybe, Kerr is about to pull off another masterstroke. Meanwhile, reactions from around the league have been just as wild. NBA players and analysts have already started weighing in. Draymond Green went on his podcast and hinted that something big is cooking. Even LeBron James reportedly commented to friends that you can never count those dudes out. Everyone knows that if Steve Kerr and Stephen Curry are in sync, anything is possible. The Warriors have built a culture of resilience, and this move, as shocking as it seems, might be their next big comeback story. The energy around Chase Center has shifted dramatically in just a few days. Practices are more intense, scrimmages are heated, and even the bench players are playing like they've got something to prove. It's clear that Kerr's announcement lit a fire under everyone. He told the media that this team needed a shakeup and that the hunger has to return. That line alone went viral. Fans said it felt like Kerr was sending a message not just to the players, but to the entire NBA. And let's not forget, Curry's leadership will define how successful this change really is. He's always been the ultimate teammate, the guy who adapts to anything. If he embraces this new system, the entire locker room will follow. And judging from his calm, confident demeanor after the announcement, it seems like he's ready. In his own words, "We've been through every type of situation you can imagine. The only way forward is together." That quote hit every Warriors fan in the heart. It reminded everyone why Curry is still the face of this franchise, not just for his talent, but for his mindset. As the Warriors prepare for their next game with this revamped lineup, anticipation couldn't be higher. Reporters are saying ticket prices have spiked, fans are flooding social media with theories, and the basketball world is holding its breath to see how this plays out. Will this be the move that reignites the Warriors' championship spark? Or could it mark the start of a completely new chapter, one where Curry slowly hands the torch to the next generation? What's undeniable is that this is a turning point. The dynasty that began in 2015 has faced countless challenges, injuries, roster changes, rival teams, but somehow, Golden State always finds a way to adapt. That's what makes them special. And now, with this shocking new lineup, Steve Kerr has made it clear the Warriors aren't done yet. They're evolving. They're rebuilding from within. And most importantly, they're hungry again. One thing's for sure, Stephen Curry isn't going anywhere without a fight. His reaction might have said it all, but his game will say even more in the days to come. Because if there's one thing we've learned over the years, it's this: when the Warriors are counted out, that's when they're most dangerous. So NBA fans, get ready. This new Golden State Warriors lineup could be the start of something historic. Kerr has drawn his line in the sand, and Curry has accepted the challenge. The next few weeks are going to define the future of this team. Whether it ends in chaos or triumph, one thing's certain: the entire league is watching, and the Warriors just became must-see basketball again. Because when Steve Kerr shakes things up, it's never just another lineup change, it's a signal. A signal that Golden State is ready to shock the world again. And if you thought the dynasty was over, think again. This could be the comeback story of the decade. And when that first game tips off with the new lineup on the court, all eyes will be on one man, Stephen Curry. The question is, will he rise to the moment once again and prove the doubters wrong, or will this be the bold gamble that finally ends an era? Either way, we're about to witness something unforgettable. The Warriors are back in the spotlight, and this time, they're doing it their way.